It's on fire. Touring, it's been wild for Bert and for me, and it's a lot, dude. I mean, you can't complain about it because like, well, I'm so sorry.
It's so much self-imposed, and
but
you're
like
making so much money.
What I'm saying is like, you still have to try to find like some way to balance. And the good thing is the shows are a blast.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm bringing friends to not just even friends to open, but friends to hang out. So it's just to make it like a more fun hang.
Right.
So yeah, all that part of it is great. I'm just like I'm trying to enjoy it too. You have to remind yourself that it's really fun, but the shows and the cities kind of go past. You're like, we were just there. You try to like enjoy things, make it fun.
Yeah, I feel like it's almost what is it? Ray Lewis always said like, you pay me for.
You pay me for Monday to Saturday.
Like Sunday, I give you for free.
The shows,
Sunday.
Yeah.
Like the fans are paying tickets for your fucking plane and your travel,
Absolutely.
and your hotels and all that shit.
All the bullshit.
Yeah.
The shows are never a drag to do. The shows.
And how much when you do that long of a tour?
Yeah.
By the end of it, let's say fast forward to like summer of 22. Yeah. Will you have a whole new act?
It'll be a lot
different, right?
It'll be a lot different. Because then there's things that, like, the topical stuff just naturally falls away.
Yeah.
Then there's, like, those bits where you go, I cannot muster the false enthusiasm of telling this again.
Yeah.
So it just naturally goes away,
Yeah.
and you naturally replace it.
Right. But it just kind of, like, phases in and out, right?
It takes, so, like, if you saw the show tonight, it would be, one thing. And then if you saw it in 6 months, you'd be like, oh, like, it feels like it's, like 20% or 30% different, and then 6 months later, it would be like half to 3/4 different.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And it's just a boatload of fucking money, isn't it?
It's so much money.
It is. I just can't even imagine.
Uncomfortable.
Is that why you like? If it was me, I've been asking all the comics recently, like, why do you continue to do like Northfield, Illinois, or whatever?
It's fucking surgeon's salary for one show.
Okay, yeah. I'm happy you said that because everybody else has said like for the love of the game.
No,
and I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's not that.
No,
yeah, like to just be like, I could go home and sit with my family for a night, or I could just do this again. And make a fucking.
You get the call, you're like, I'm taking too many shows. And you get a call from your agent who's like, do you want to do like this extra show? And you're like, no. And then they tell you the offer. And you're like, am I a fucking asshole or something? That I'm going to be like,
yeah,
no.
Right.
I will turn down this fucking down payment on a goddamn a condo for one show. Like, I'll do it. Like, you just take it.
For an act that you have memorized. And,
yeah.
Like,
you're just
doing
like,
your sleep, right? You can just like bang it out.
By the time like my tour right now in the fall slows, like it stops mid-November and I have 6 weeks off, right? But it's like that. But now the hour is like, it is tight right now. In January, my tour goes absolutely bananas, like through the spring. And then it's just a matter of staying healthy. So like I work out on the road, I bring a trainer on the road, I do all this stuff just to like stay healthy, because doing the shows becomes just like, like you can just do it, but you got to take care of yourself. So like that's the only thing I worry about.
Yeah, that's got to be like the only thing we ever do on stage is live podcasts, but we just go up and wing it.
Yeah,
you know? And it's kind of scary because I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes our podcast is interesting, maybe. But
live ones
funny,
are different.
Yeah, and I'm like, if I had like I know they're gonna laugh at this point, and then I'm gonna do this thing, and then this segment. It's got to be like so much. It's fucking impossible to get to that point, but once you have it, it must feel like. It's like batting practice, right? You're just
it's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild. Like when you just feel like you honestly feel so fortunate to like to be able to have people want to come out and see you do that.
Yeah.
What you were doing anyway, like what you were doing for years and years and years, where they were like, we can't give away tickets to see you.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What was your break?
It was there's different like little things. I mean, my first Netflix special came out in 2014. I shot it in 2013, and then Netflix was a much smaller platform. It was still significant in 2014, but much smaller.
Right.
And so, like, by the end of 14, I was selling out clubs, and I was like, this is wild. So I was actually, like, making
money.
Like, a good living.
Right.
And then it just has been it's always been a gradual increase, you know? So,
so there hasn't been, like, a...
No, it's been, so, like, 2015, I was able to, like, sell out rock clubs, you know? And then...
I feel like that's a good way to do it.
It is like I have had friends who go on the rocket ship.
Yeah.
Where like it just takes off crazy, and I feel like it's harder to manage. You're harder to handle. Like I've had such
mentally,
a slow,
emotionally, like all that. Where it's like all
I've
of
had
a
a
sudden
slow rise where like I've been able to adapt to every
each
level.
Your
Of
family, friends around you.
Everything
Like
has
you go
been-
from a nobody to like selling out theaters and shit, where it's like, oh, now I'm a different person. So I'm supposed to, you know what I mean?
I think I've been super lucky in that regard where like it's been a climb, like a gradual climb.
I'm always interested to find out though, like when the more I learn about all of you guys, all my favorite comics, you all do have like even when you told that story relatively recently about doing a Subway commercial.
Yeah.
That was like several years ago when Jared was still around, right? Like like Schultz and DeStefano did that fucking hockey show they were talking about recently.
Yeah.
Like,
I know Schultz is in that.
Yeah. Nick, what was it called?
Benders.
Benders. It was DeStefano.
Yeah, DeStefano and Schultz.
Yeah, like season one of
it was
a
on like
hockey show.
It was on
the last two
IFC.
guys I would ever have been in hockey. You know? But it is interesting that there's like even when you guys before you have all popped, like you were doing auditioning for some shit.
Everything.
Yeah.
You're just trying to like, dude. When you start doing stand up, I feel like especially because we were like Bird, myself, those guys are like we're stand ups, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what you do. You know, when you're a middle act, you get $100 a show, and I'm saying on the road, and that means. Most clubs, you do a 6-show weekend, and they don't cover your travel,
So
and you don't work every
even.
weekend.
Yeah.
So,
right.
like, if you're working 2 weekends a month, it's $1,200 for the month.
Jesus.
And so you're like, yeah, I'll do, like, you're taking odd jobs, side jobs.
Right.
There's an audition, you're like, yeah, I'm going to the audition. Like, you're doing every little thing
Right.
just to, like,
Fuck.
keep being able to do stand-up. You're just trying to keep being able to do stand-up.